Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Donald Trump says nothing's going to happen on Ukraine peace talks until he and Russian President Vladimir Putin meet in person. Earlier, Ukraine's President Zelensky, who is in Ankara for talks, accused President Putin of sending stand-in props to Turkey instead of himself. Russia's foreign ministry hit back at Zelensky's comment, calling him a clown and a loser. Turkish foreign ministry sources say no meeting is scheduled yet, despite Russian and Ukrainian delegations travelling to the country.
Well, I don't know if he's showing up. I know he would like me to be there, and that's a possibility. If we can end the war, I'd be thinking about that. Now, tomorrow, we're all booked out. You understand that? You said.
But you know if he goes.
We're going to go UAE tomorrow, and so we have a very full situation now. That doesn't mean I wouldn't do it to save a lot of lives and come back. But, yeah, I think they're thinking about something. I don't know that he would be there if I'm not there.
Israeli airstrikes have killed 103 people in Gaza since midnight. That's according to the Hamas-run Civil Defense Agency. Here, CCTV showing the moment a hospital in Jabalia is hit. The airstrikes come as an Israeli blockade on aid entering Gaza continues. 10 different aid agencies say the humanitarian situation is getting worse. Israel's retaliatory military campaign after the October 7th attacks have killed at least 52,000 people in Gaza. That's according to the Hamas-run health ministry.
The budget I'm presenting today supports these goals and reflects...
Pro-Palestine protesters have disrupted a hearing while Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was testifying. One of those hauled away by officers was Ben Cohen, the co-founder of Ben & Jerry's, who was arrested during the protests.
Members of the audience are reminded disruptions will not be permitted while the committee conducts its business. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individuals from the hearing room.
Ben, why are you getting arrested?
A video shared on social media showed Mr. Cohen being escorted from the building by police officers with his hands tied behind his back. Mr. Cohen was charged with a misdemeanor offence, while 6 other demonstrators were also arrested. At least 21 people have been killed in a road accident in central Mexico, that's according to a local official. The 3-vehicle crash happened on the highway between Cuacnopalan and Oaxaca in Puebla state on Wednesday morning. 18 people are thought to have died at the scene, and another 3 died later in hospital. Several others were injured and are receiving medical attention. Paramilitary fighters appear to have opened a new phase in Sudan's civil war after being driven from the capital in a move which some experts have described as a shock-and-awe campaign. Just weeks after the army celebrated the recapture of Khartoum, its foe, the Rapid Support Forces, launched a series of unprecedented drone strikes on Port Sudan in the east of the country. The attacks have led to worsening power blackouts as well as city residents facing water shortages. The Gambian government has announced an investigation into the sale of assets seized from the former president, Yahya Jammeh, following widespread public concern. Some of the assets, including livestock and luxury vehicles, were sold off, while a panel was still investigating the wealth Jammeh amassed during his 22-year rule. In a televised address, President Adama Barrow pledged full transparency in the probe, saying assets recovered belong to the people.
Fellow Gambians, recent revelations regarding the disposal of the forfeited asset tied to the former president Yahya Jammeh and his associates have generated national concern with reason. As President of the Republic, I am delivering this public address with sincerity and resolve to allay your fears.
And the eruption of a volcano in the Philippines has been caught on thermal camera. The eruption of the Mount Canlon volcano on the Negros Island saw ash shoot 300 kilometres into the air, with debris then falling. A 4-mile evacuation radius has been placed around the volcano following an earlier eruption in December. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.